How did the freeze of 2021 affect Matagorda? That's the phone call I get just about every day. The answer? We don't know yet. What I do know is there are still lots of live fish in the bay because I've caught them after the freeze. Did fish die? Yes, they did. Big ones? Big trout? Yes. Yes. But it wasn't a wholesale carnage like what I saw as a young kid in 1983 when there was 4 to 5 inches of ice across the bays. You could ice skate, you could play hockey, and there were multiple days of, it stayed like that for, I think, 10 to 12 days, I can remember. Didn't see that this time. So I'm seeing positivity. I'm one of those guys that look for the best, and I'm seeing it. I looked real hard. I rode down to Matagorda right after the freeze, and then the next 5 days, I looked real hard and expecting to see worse, and I didn't. Now, you've seen the pictures. There are some bad things that happen, and hey, we'll get through it. But what we're going to do until we figure out just the effects of this, we're going to err on the side of conservation. We're going to ask our customers to play catch and release. We're not going to judge people who want to keep a few fish, but that's all we want to do. Hey, just keep a few fish to eat, and we don't want to put anything in the freezer. And what we're doing is, hey, if you'll play catch and release, I'm going to give you a voucher to go to Buddy Seafood and go get shrimp or crabs or whatever. If that's what you come to do on a charter and you want to take fish home, I'm going to give you that opportunity to leave fish in our bay and go to the local seafood shop, Buddy Seafood, and he's come on board. He's a conservationist. He knows what's going on in the bays. He's been fighting the water battles. He's the oyster battles and all that, and he stepped on board because he's pro Matagorda, and he's pro fisheries, and he's got shrimp, crabs, steaks, whatever. We're going to give you a voucher if you'll say, hey, I'll play catch and release. We're going to reward you with that, and hope that you see the value of that, and because we think to not do anything would not be good. So until the science, until the data adds up and we really see what the true effects are, we're going to err on the side of conservation, and we're going to hope that people's minds change after this and see, hey man, you really don't have to keep a limit of fish if a limit of fish is too much for one person to eat in one sitting. We hope that people will change their minds and will just take what they're going to eat or decide to throw it back. It can only get better that way. Bass fishing has done it for years, and we know it works. We know it works with bass fishermen. So we're hoping to change some attitudes, but we're not going to judge people who want to keep them. Man, I love eating trout. I love it. And not saying, when we see a rebounding, I'll eat a few trout. Sure will. I'm probably not ever going to keep a limit again. Probably not. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom is what I'm trying to tell you. There's still fish here. We're still going to fish spring, summer, fall, and but we're just going to protect our fishery a lot more and be cognizant of what's going on out there. And we hope you do too.